I'm Gabby.
I'm Josh.
And we are so excited to have you back for another fun week of lessons, story time, songs, and more. So today we're going to be starting with a fun story called Joanna and Susanna Help Jesus. So in this story, it talks about how these people help Jesus. And through this act, they're showing something called kindness. Kindness is something that you can display when you tell your parents that you love them, you help them clean up after dinner, you keep your room clean, whenever all this is over, whenever you hug a friend. Any of these things can be displayed as kindness. And so we're going to be reading this story, and it's going to be with the help of my awesome friends, Gabby and Josh. So, you want to start us off, Gabby?
Of course. So Joanna and Susanna helped Jesus. Jesus' work kept him very busy. When he wasn't telling stories about God's love, he was making someone well. When he wasn't making someone well, he was feeding someone who was hungry. When he wasn't feeding someone who was hungry, he was answering someone's very big question about God. Jesus loved his work.
Night and day, Jesus stayed busy. But he didn't have a job. And since he didn't have a job, he didn't have any money. He didn't have a house to live in even. He didn't have a wallet because he didn't have any money. So how did he live? How did he purchase food? Where did he sleep? The answer to these questions is friends.
Many people saw the wonderful things that Jesus did. The feeding and the praying, the teaching and the healing. They saw these things and they wanted to help him. Two of these helpers were Joanna and Susanna. Joanna and Susanna had once been very sick. They had been so sick that no one could make them well. No one except Jesus. He healed them. They felt so grateful to him that they wanted to do something for him. They prayed and they thought and they thought and they prayed, and then they came up with an idea.
They saw that Jesus had no house to live in, that Jesus didn't have a wallet because he didn't have any money of his own. They were worried. Who takes care of Jesus? What can we do to help him? Joanna and Susanna looked at all the wonderful things in their house. They looked inside of their full purses. They said, "We have more than we need. We can use our money to feed Jesus and his friends. We will use our money so that he can find a place to stay when he travels."
Joanna and Susanna and others like Mary and Martha and the disciples were all part of Jesus' work. Their help made it easier for Jesus to share God's love. Their support reminded Jesus that he was never alone.
That was such a good story about kindness, Miss Lexi.
Oh yeah, I love this story. So something that I really love about this story and that we can take away today is that Joanna and Susanna realized that they had more than they needed. Do you ever wake up and you feel happier than normal? Or you have more energy than normal? Or maybe you have more food than someone, or you've been playing with the toy longer than someone else? God tells us that when we have more than enough, that's our cue to share that with someone else. That's our cue to give abundantly. And by giving, we are helping others, and by helping others, we are helping God. And by doing all those things, you're showing an act of kindness that can change someone's day, someone's week, month, year, or life. And right now, when there's a lot of people who probably feel alone, I think it's so important that we share kindness with other people, that we talk nicely to our parents and to our siblings and everyone that we come in contact with. So can we promise to do that throughout the week, Gabby and Josh? Can we all promise that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that we'll share a little bit more kindness than we normally do, okay?
Miss Lexi, do you have a song for us today?
I actually do, so we're going to be singing about kindness in a new song that I hope you guys will listen to enough that you can sing along with me someday. So we're going to be singing the kindness song. Gabby, would you hand me my mini guitar?
Of course. Miss Lexi, what is this? Is it just a cold mini guitar?
No, but it sure looks like it. It's actually called a ukulele.
Oh, and you play it just like a normal guitar, right?
Not really. It has a lot fewer strings, and it has a much different sound, and you'll hear that in just a moment, okay? Okay. Kindness, kindness. all of our healthcare workers. So right now, Grace United Methodist Church is giving us all a wonderful opportunity to do that, to reach out and share our appreciation. So recently we received this awesome offer that if you guys would like, you could make letters, you could write them a cool note if you're able to do that, by telling them, thank you so much for what you're doing, thank you for keeping my family safe, whatever you want to say, or you could write them a cute little drawing. You could show them what your favorite things are. Things like puppies or kitties, or the sun, or cars, or whatever you want. And then whenever you're done with those cards, you can have your parents put it in an envelope and send it to Grace United Methodist Church. And that address is going to be in the description box of this video. And then once you send them to the church is going to send them to local hospitals. That way they can put them up in their break rooms, and that way all of the healthcare workers can see the wonderful work that you're doing to help thank them, and they'll feel so grateful and you'll make their day. So we have a couple examples to show you. So Gabby, tell us what your example is.
So I wrote a letter, and I wrote it on this page, and then once I get ready, I'm going to put it under my card. And my letter is just thanking all the healthcare workers for all they do, and telling them that we're praying for them here at Grace.
Cool. And Josh, what does yours look like?
So I drew a picture, and at the top I wrote, God loves you, so that everybody who saw it would know that God loved them. And I drew a sun over the hospital, and I drew some flowers. Right.
Okay, that is so cool, and that's such a fun way that we can help and spread joy and kindness now. So thank you all so much for joining in today, and make sure you stay tuned next week for another wonderful, awesome WAM session. All right, see you all later. Have a great rest of your week.